Good afternoon, Commissioners. If we will come to order, we'll get started with the monthly Anderson County Commission Budget Committee meeting. Robbie, if you would, call the roll, please.
Okay, Commissioner Val.
Here.
Commissioner Palmer.
Here.
Commissioner Allen.
Here.
Commissioner Beauchamp.
Here.
Commissioner McNabb.
Here.
Commissioner Smallridge.
Here.
Commissioner Vandergriff.
Here.
And Commissioner White. Absent right now.
Let the record reflect we do have a quorum. If you all will join me in prayer, please, and we'll ask Commissioner McNabb if he would lead us in the pledge. Heavenly Father, we come to you again today to thank you, to praise you, to, Lord, just acknowledge you as being our ultimate leader, our ultimate chairman. If we'll follow your guidance and do as you would have us to do, Lord, we acknowledge that our lives will be better, our county will be better. We thank you, Lord, for your salvation that gives us that knowledge, that gives us that right to call on you at any time. Please forgive us of all of our many sins, times, Lord, that we try to lean on our own understanding. Strengthen us, Father, to always look to you to find what we should do every day. We ask, Lord, that you'll be with us in this meeting today. Guide each one of us through our hearts, through our minds, to let us do what's best in your sight for your people. All this we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Face the flag. Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First thing on the agenda is the appearance of citizens. Does anyone in the audience want to address the Budget Committee at this time? Hearing none, moving on to the approval of the agenda. Got a motion by Commissioner Palmer, seconded by Commissioner Allen to approve the agenda. Any additions or changes or anything to it? No. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Next item is contracts with legal approval. Robbie, go ahead and give us an overview, please.
Okay, two contracts pending legal approval. Either one, Comcast. There's a Norris Library. Okay, neither one have been approved. Comcast Norris Library. I will say this is going to save us about $125 a month on the new contract, and the University Health System EMS contract. That's a 2-year clinical experiences contract for AEMT students.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Beauchamp to approve items 4A and 4B. Seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion?
Did you say they have been approved?
They haven't been, so do you want the motion to say pending?
Pending approval.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, one capital asset surplus request from the Fleet Services for a 2009 Ford Crown Victoria.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Smallridge to approve item 5, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, and just for information only, we sold 3 surplus vehicles. Starting bids totaled $1,200, and the winning bids were $7,325.
So that's just for information only.
Right, we don't
Yep.
need any approval on that.
All right. Moving on to the cash and fund balance report.
Okay, cash and fund, general fund, restricted funds are at 1.2 million. The committed funds are 343,761, assigned 1.6 million. Unassigned fund balance 13,712,507 for a total fund balance of 16,888,883. Cash 13,940,460, which is down 2.9 million from last time. And if you did, and you did notice that the general fund unassigned fund balance limit has been increased to 8 million now. which was approved last month, and or vote, 2/3 votes for budget amendments.
Any questions on the cash and fund balance report? Okay, hearing none, moving on.
Okay, sales tax. Sales tax continues to do really well. County as a whole up 8.2%. The general fund, or the Anderson County portion, was up 22.9% this month, 611,382. And for the fiscal year, the first 4 months were our sales taxes increased 201,883, and the total sales tax 1.6 million just in 4 months. So sales tax is it's moving up again, and we're getting into the heavy sales tax when the Christmas season. So
Any questions on the local option sales tax report? Hearing none, moving on.
grant listing, we just added 2 new grants, for safety net grants for the dental clinic and just a listing of grants for the year.
Any questions on the grant inventory report? Hearing none, moving on.
And the ARPA projects report, kind of the same as last month. We still have 8 projects to be completed, and we have spent all of our funds, so just waiting on stuff to come in or complete.
Any questions on the ARPA report?
Robbie, you say it's all gone. Is there 19,000 left in the interest?
No, that's actually, there is 19,000 now? Okay, yes.
Awesome.
So, and we're still collecting interest because the cash and fund, if you look, we still have $1.2 million in that account as
Gotcha.
cash. So.
All right, thank you.
Any further questions on the ARPA report? Hearing none, moving on.
Okay, the consent agenda, I have one transfer. It's from Finance Department in the 171 fund, just moving $25,000 from $799 to $799 and decreasing $799 code, but 91150, and it's Norris Lake Area Trail System. We put this money in this code every year, but we haven't spent any of it yet. So that fund we spent $500,000 in, if you recall, for the highway department, and I'm trying to get some more funds into it in case we need any from now till June.
Second.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve item number 1, seconded by Commissioner Smallridge. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, 2 through 4 from the school department. There are 3 of those. One is increasing revenue, the ISM grant, restricted funds from the CEFs, special education fees for services, $60,000, and $1 million from the school's capital improvement plan. This was always Dr. Parrott's plan to use $1 million of the 177 fund, and now we're moving that money to be able to do that.
Motion to approve is approved.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve items number 2 through 4 as a group, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, number 5 is from the highway department, $400,000 to asphalt from their restricted for highway, which has about around 2.7 million.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Vandergrift to approve item number 5, seconded by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, the next one is from tourism/finance. In 2021, the governor's grant, we moved some money to the tourism department. They spent it all except $188.90, and that's been in a restricted code the last 4 or 5 years. So we're going to move that out of that restricted code and try to spend that on some signage for Lost Bottom. So just to get cleared out. Audit has been carrying it as a restricted fund. They ask me every year, are y'all ever going to spend that? So we are going to do it this year.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve item number 6, seconded by Commissioner Smallridge. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carried.
Okay, and the next budget amendment is from the county clerk. It's $30,000 increasing county clerk additional fees, title and registration, and data processing equipment. He is going to purchase new computers to meet Windows 11 hardware requirements for security, speed, and reliability. This came with their IT audit. They didn't suggest it. They told us that we needed to do this. Some departments already have, but Jeff hasn't yet. He's buying 18 new computers with these funds. So.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve item number 7, seconded by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion? Commissioner Allen.
Do we know who the vendors are for these machines? Do we know that?
Lately, I think, they've been Dell.
Mendel?
Have Jeff?
Yeah, they're gonna be Dale.
Okay.
Brian has already looked at the bid and everything. I've already got some, but like Robbie said, it did come through the audit, and I was gonna try to wait till this summer, but we talked, and I just need to go ahead and do it. I've got some, it's just this is to finish up what I've got, but yeah, they'll be Dale's.
We changed, but Dell's been the vendor lately.
Yeah.
We had them on those.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carried.
The next one is from the Mayor, Archives and Records, for $23,097.14 from restricted for archives for shelving.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve item number 8
I was gonna do 8 and 9.
and
8
9.
and 9's fine. I usually do those together.
Yeah.
Seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carried.
Okay, 10 through 12 are from finance. I can take these individually if you want. They're all kind of large. The first one is $250,000 from unassigned fund balance for our Tennessee Risk Management Trust insurance premium. We always have to pay this in July because we get like a 2% discount. This year it was 1.5 million. Last year it was 1.3 million. 2 years ago it was 1,085,000. This bill just keeps going up. So we're going to look at doing. I talked to Commissioner Palmer on the phone this week and probably see if there's anything. At least look at other possibilities. I'm not sure we can do any better. This is a large pool in the state, and most of the counties are in this pool. So, but insurance is going up, and our use of our insurance is going up. I mean, we have a lot of insurance recovery, a lot of workers' comp in the county, and we've lost a couple lawsuits in the past couple of years, as you all know. So, all this causes increases, as well as when we increase salaries, our workers' comp increases because of that. So, just to let you know, I've already paid the bill, so I need these funds.
Motion to approve.
I'll say.
Well, I had a question until then, Robbie, so okay.
It'll come out of my paycheck for the next 3 years.
Commissioner Palmer moves to approve item number 10. Who was the second on that? Commissioner Beauchamp seconds the motion. Any further discussion?
Question.
Commissioner Smallridge.
The write-up lists 3 things, I guess, that probably contributed to this increase. Is there any one of those that had major impact for us?
Well, our claims history, I mean, I pulled a insurance recovery, and the last 3 years, we've had more than $500,000 of just insurance recovery. I think our EMS station has been struck by lightning 3 times in the last year and a half, and
The jail, I think, maybe twice.
so, I mean, we're having issues like that, and, we had, something happened over at the drive-through that flooded out, and, I mean, we just have different things like that, so, I mean.
Robbie, if you would, unless somebody's just kind of in a hurry today, explain how that insurance pool works.
Well, and Commissioner Smallridge kind of alluded to that. It's not just what Anderson County, we're in the pool, the pool's based, like our workers' comp. I will give an example for Nathan. He used to always say, we don't have that many claims and his workers' comp rate was always the highest at EMS. Well, it's not just Anderson County's claims, it's everybody in the pool causes your bill or your rate. So that's our bill's based on I guess the whole state, that everybody that's in the pool from the state, all their claims as well, not just ours. So, and you know, we through ARP funds, we paid for IT security with MFA to keep our IT risk, our insurance down. We've done a lot of things to help with that, but it is increasing, but I'm not sure all insurance is increasing. So.
It's increasing nationwide.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
The schools are having the same issue.
Mm.
He already left, but they did a budget amendment. I know last year with a big increase in risk management. So maybe I'll just budget extra money next year so we won't have to ask for this.
Any questions on that? I thought it might be beneficial to the committee to hear why we do that the way we do it and how beneficial it is to the county. Unfortunately, insurance is,
Stinks.
yep,
Yes.
but you gotta have it. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, the next one is a budget amendment from the 151 fund, restricted for debt service, $300,000, and interest on bonds of $253,500, and other debt issuance charges $46,500. The mayor kind of spoke about this in the county commission meeting last month. Our bid came out a little bit higher than the 5.9 million, so some of this charges we are going to pay for ourselves, and typically these charges are taken out of the loan before we get it, like the 5.9 million, but we're getting the full 5.9 million, and we're going to pay the debt issuance charges and interest ourselves out of. And the 151 fund balance is has a very healthy $1.1 million fund balance, so it's very doable for us. So this budget amendment's just putting that money in place because we're actually receiving those funds on the 18th of this month. So.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve item number 11, seconded by Commissioner Beauchamp. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
And the last one I have is from the 171 fund again for a $50,000 restricted for capital projects, which only has 108,600. But we did have a purchase order from prior year that was closed in error, causing those funds rolled into fund balance, and now I need them to pay this bill because we've gotten the equipment. It was for the health department, Patterson Dental Supply, with their new projects. So, but we will have, if we don't spend, what funds we don't spend in 171 will obviously roll back into the fund balance, and we'll start building that again in these next few years. So,
So there's more or less just housekeeping.
yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve item number 12, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Well, the next thing I have on here is the litigation tax, where Chairman Val asked me to put it on here, but I thought General Clark was coming to the meeting.
General Clark, I just texted him. He had a conflict that he did not know was going to be coming up today. He has asked for that to be sent on to the January agenda.
I'm ready to go. Let's make a motion. Motion to approve, and I'll speak on it after.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
So motion by Commissioner Beauchamp to approve Section A, seconded by Commissioner McNabb. And we will open for discussion. Commissioner Beauchamp.
Yes, so whenever we voted this down 2 months ago or whatever, I was unaware at that time that the district attorney, as part of that new statutory law, had to give up one court cost fee in order to collect the $1,250. So he's not gonna be collecting both, he's gonna be collecting the $1,250 only. He's given up, Shane, do you know what the other part? what
No,
the other-
ma'am, I do not.
I wanna say it's like almost $35 on that fee. And I'm not even aware of what it's called. I had it in my brain before I came in here, but I forgot. So knowing that now, that he's given up one court cost fee for the $1,250, I'm all on board for it.
Commissioner McNabb.
Yeah, I would just like to say something about what they're gonna use it for. Looking at, what's laid out there in that July memo, it does talk about the cost of expert witnesses. Those can get incredibly expensive when you get up on into, like a jury trial, something like that. Working with the DA's office, I can tell you that this is something that they need, and I'd be supporting it. I'd ask everybody to, support it as well.
Commissioner Vandergriff.
So, I'm sorry, I'm a little slow today, but he's giving up a $35 fee to get a $12.50 fee?
I'm not sure, it's I think it's $35 on certain cases.
Okay,
So
okay,
this, he would be
okay,
getting the
okay.
$12.50.
on-
It's classified in a certain pool of money on the other side.
Okay.
That's my understanding from another DA of what they're doing, so.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave up
Thank
a
you.
pot of money to get this.
Mayor Frank, go ahead, ma'am.
Well, I'm not quick enough to pull up the email, but I did meet with General Clark about this, and the reason the state legislature put this in place is one of the particular fees that they've been collecting for bad checks has kind of gone away, and this was a source of funds for the district attorney's office to pay things like those expert witness fees or just some incidentals to the operation of their office. And so General Clark said that this was phase one. The legislature put this in place, and then this legislative cycle they will be eliminating that other fee that is put on certain cases. So it'll balance out and put them, it's not going to collect a whole lot, but it will put them back on even footing where they had been.
And I
Commissioner
can't
Wilson.
say, I can't tell you the last time we had a bad check.
Nobody writes a
There's no
check
worthless checks anymore. It just don't happen. It used to be all the time. Now
Yep.
it never happens, so.
Yep. I remember the check cashing places
Oh, yes.
and all those things that were
Get and
going
go.
on. Yeah. Yeah, I think there may have been a misunderstanding when we first brought
Yes.
this up a few months ago about why he was asking for it and what the need was and all
Yes.
that. So hopefully that takes care of any concerns that we as a committee or a full commission may have when it goes in front of them. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay. The next thing I have on here is a Catalyst contract addendum that Rex and Sheriff Barker asked to put on here. I do know that the cost, which we don't have the funds in place, is $14,400 the first year. There's a $12,000 one-time service fee, and then $2,400 year one. It goes up a little bit each year. Rex already has the Catalyst software in his office. This will add a piece that works with Vine, which is victim information notification every day, which Shane and Rex could probably tell you a lot more about it than I can. So,
Go ahead, Rick.
So I was hoping the sheriff would be here, y'all close. Okay, well, if he may come in and explain a bit more. So victim information notification every day, Vine, is a system that's basically in place in probably almost every county except Anderson County. So what it is, in case somebody's incarcerated, the victim can be notified if this person is moved, located, is released from being incarcerated. It lets the victim know. It's a very good process, a very good notification system. The sheriff contacted me about, who'd like Anderson County to be one of the counties, obviously one of the few counties that's get off that list. That's not part of that process. That is part of the Vine process. To do that, our software program would have to have some modification to it. To get that done, it's $12,000 to get our software our vendor to modify our software program. We started out probably last year talking to our software vendor, and originally it was going to be close to $40,000, and that was unreasonable. We've been negotiating with our vendor. I got the vendor down to $12,000. The additional $2,000, it's a little over $2,000 a year annual maintenance cost is something I can absorb in my budget, but the $12,000 is something that we don't have. We're asking for the county if y'all can pay for the $12,000 for the software development. I'll absorb the annual maintenance costs. I can do that in my own budget. But it's something I think it'll be worthwhile. It'd be good for our citizens, and it's particularly for the sheriff. He's the president of the Sheriff's Association, and representing all the sheriffs in the state. It's something that would, I think it would be very good for Anderson County to be part of that program, and I highly recommend it. Again, our vendor will definitely can do it. It'd probably take us about another 4 to 6 months to get it fully implemented. I've got us in the queue, so the vendor's going to start doing it. I told them to go ahead and get plan to start developing it, but I'm waiting for y'all to approve the money before we can start. I'll answer any questions y'all may have.
I'll make
Go
a
ahead.
motion to approve.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve item B, section B, seconded by Commissioner Vandegrift. Discussion, Commissioner Palmer.
How is this different from what they are doing down in Heidi's office? Because don't they notify you?
So
Well, that's-
the way this works, and just to correct one little thing, the jail does have it. I think we've had it through TSA for a while. I think the clerk's office, I don't think we jive up together is what we're trying to fix. If Bob hits George and Bob is arrested and brought to jail, when we book and process Bob, his information is sent in to the Vine network. George can log on to that website and put in his name, phone number, email address. I want to be called, I want to be texted when Bob gets out of jail. It's kind of like a victim notification type system. And I think and correct me if I'm wrong, Rex, I may be speaking out of turn. I think what this does is marry up to the clerk system as well.
It does.
To what we've got.
Yeah.
With all the new laws that are going in with victim notification and victims' rights and stuff like that, this stuff's going on. Commissioner Beauchamp.
Sorry. Not everybody gets on Heidi's pretrial. So some of the cases, it depends on, if it's a serious domestic, then they'll get put on the GPS system. Some other cases, they won't. So that victim still has that right to be notified. And with all the new state laws going into place about victims' rights, Rex needs to modify up with the sheriff's department. So those warrants and everything in the system reflect exactly what the jail has too. We're on 2 different wavelengths.
And the system the sheriff's department has now does work. I've actually had victims actually contact me on the weekend saying, hey, Billy Bob just got out of jail. I've been notified. Can you confirm that he got out of jail? And obviously he got out of jail and they're concerned. So this ties their system in with TDOC. It just marries them all together.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Robbie, there's no place, no funds in the clerk's, you have no money, you don't have $12,000?
No, this would be something I wouldn't budget for. I mean, I budget for my software budgeting each year. I have so much, I budget each year for an amount. This is over and beyond what I would normally budget for.
What is like your data processing fund for?
The
For
amount
this
I have,
kind of thing?
I have contracts, and I couldn't tell you the exact amount that's in my fund, but I mean, I try to budget the exact amount each year, but this would be an additional $12,000. I wouldn't put that much extra in my budget each year for that.
Your question, he does have data processing.
I have a reserve for data processing. My data processing money in reserve is for hardware and for scanners, computers. That's what it's specifically earmarked for.
It can't be used for this?
It can be discretion for what the clerk wants to use it for, but I typically use it for just hardware equipment.
How much is in that data processing?
Probably $45,000 probably.
What?
I think 40 around.
Probably at least $40,000.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to speak in support of this, and I believe, Mr. Lynch, this does come in, is addressing a recent law that Lieutenant Governor McNally helped pass. This is trying to get, with victim notification, which we're his home district, and we're one of the few ones that are not in compliance with this. And I just want to speak out in support of this. We're dealing with victim notification here. A lot of times, that's some of the most vulnerable population that we deal with. And their presence at a court hearing is critical to a case, for justice being served. So I think it's a relatively small amount of money that could, potentially really help victims. And I know you are just trying to get in compliance. I think we're one of just a handful that
That's-
don't
that's true.
do this. And I spoke with you and the sheriff about it. I'm full support of it. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Commissioner Palmer, if this was a function, I think that I was trying to expand my office, I'd be glad to use my data processing money to do something like that. But this is not a service that I'm trying to expand in my office. This is just a tool that my office has that I can expand to help the county, the sheriff's office, and everybody else
Yeah.
to expand their services. But it's not a service that I'm really trying to expand in my office. It's just a tool that I have that everybody else can use. And that's why if I can use it, I'd be glad to, but really somebody else needs to pay for it.
Okay. That, I'm
Yeah,
all
that's-
supportive of it. I just, where's the money
Sure.
gonna come from?
And I'm willing,
And I'm just really trying to protect.
I agree.
Because we've got a lot of things, general fund wise,
Sure.
that we need to pay for too. And every little nickel and every little dime adds up.
Yeah,
And
that's what
so if you could absorb the cost, I think that's where it should come from, since it's coming
Yeah.
from your office,
so what I-
if there's any extra.
Yeah, so what I'm willing to do is take a little bit of step, I'm willing to take the additional $2,500 each year that it's gonna cost. I'm gonna absorb that in my budget each year. I'm willing to do that part of it.
Okay.
Commissioner Allen?
Yeah, is this programming for new programming itself? This is like a new package, or will there be some interfacing that's taking place as far as the cost of this?
It'll be new programming that's gonna be, I'm not a computer programmer, but it'll be new programming that's gonna be tied into our existing software package.
So you'll be interfacing with the other office?
Well, whatever, however that software package works, there'll be another piece of it that'll be expanded in my package. We won't see a difference, but there'll be another section in my package.
And so how long will this take? You were saying,
I expect about 4 months.
I'm for this.
I hope to have it by summer.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too when you get it in place.
And just to add a little bit more to that, this Vine network is so extensive that if we have some kind of computer glitch and the internet goes down or whatever, it quits working, we get a phone call or an email from their network saying, you make sure you call the victims if you're gonna release them before we're back up and running. I mean, it's pretty extensive.
All right, Robbie, you said he has 41 in Atacama.
Yeah, we're right.
Do you have any plans to use that you know of right now?
I do.
You have it all earmarked.
Well, each year I probably spend anywhere from, between computers, we have probably close to 40 PCs, that's monitors, scanners, keyboards, servers, and I probably spend anywhere from $18,000 to $30,000 a year replacing computers. I think at the beginning of the year I put $20,000. I think I took out of the reserve at the beginning of the year. I'll probably, before the year's over, I'll probably back and put another $15,000, $18,000 out of reserve. So I'll be back probably before June and asking for another, like I say, $15,000, $18,000. So just depends if another server goes out. That's what the reserve is there for.
You've been asking for a lot this year.
I have not asked for any more than I have any other year.
It's Christmas
Okay.
time.
This has been one of my better years. I've been real fortunate. I try to replace, on the average, about probably 15, like I say, between 15 to probably about 15 PCs and monitors a year.
All right.
I don't ever want to come back and try to replace all 30 or 40 in one given year.
Please don't. Okay.
And that's what that reserve is there for, so it will not impact my budget. That's what we collect. I don't know, is $1 or $2 per case, and that's what it's earmarked for. So in my budget, you'll notice there's not a line item for capital computers. It's that line item normally zero, or there's $1,000 in it, because I always come back in the first month or two of the year to ask to take money out of the reserve and put in that code, so we'll be able to buy computers.
I'm finished.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, I need.
Thanks, Sheriff, for coming in and supporting me on this. So.
Shane.
I just want for the record to say Rex is doing this on his own. Yeah.
I have one comment, Shane.
Go ahead.
Not only are we approving a funding source, we also need to add the contract, because it is in Mr. Brooks's office for approval, the addendum to the first contract, because we already have a contract with Catalyst. This is an addition to that contract, so.
So he has it, Mr. Brooks has it.
He has it, yes.
And
like pending law director approval.
So the funding source is going to be,
Unassigned, unless, I'll look in our restricted funds and see if I can find anything that we could possibly use that's a committed or a restricted that could go with this. There's a possibility of a couple of things, so, and if
Okay.
not, it'll be unassigned.
and you're absorbing the subscription fee?
Yes, only $12,000 is what we're asking for.
All 12. I'm happy.
Any further discussion?
He's got one.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
here's-
Sheriff.
Here's what you were gonna hear, right? In 5 years, from 20 to 25, just in Anderson County alone, we've done 36,794 victim notifications. And we've had 23,890 people register for this service. Marcy's Law will be coming to the state of Tennessee next year. It's going to pass, and we will, without this, we will not be compliant with state statute. There you go.
That's what we want to hear.
I completely support it. It's the money that we're talking about.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, next up, we have Mayor Frank with a CDBG grant opportunity for possible EMS station.
So, this is just a particular idea. The application deadline is March, but we have to have a public hearing in December or the 1st of January, so we kind of are pressed to land on something. Typically, what Anderson County does is water line or sewer projects with CDBG. As you heard even on our last CDBG, when Mitch Loomis was here, some of the difficulties we had with funding those because of not only some true inflation, but we have a lot of demand because of all of the ARP projects. And so on one of the particular bids, we went out to bid, we did not get a single bid response. And then the others were just extremely escalated. So I was suggesting maybe we choose another project and something that we're really almost poised to do. We could have a quick turnaround and then, get another CDBG application in relatively quickly. I did talk to Jeff Elrod at ACWA. Perhaps the next time, there are a couple of different ideas for future. One, there's some galvanized lines in Bryceville that could use replacing. Then some other ideas, I know we are looking at volunteer fire departments. We could do a truck or 2 trucks from some of the districts that are, would score well for CDBG. These are based on low to moderate incomes. You have to have the numbers there, and those are some of the demographic scoring things that they look at. So Commission had authorized funding for concept design for EMS stations. We've talked about this at strategic workshops. Commission funded the construction documents. That is taking place. So we do have some property in Rocky Top on 4th Street that would be an ideal area, and because of the CDBG scoring for that low to moderate income, that's why I identified that particular area. It does not mean that we can't work on something. I know the Oak Ridge stations were identified really as, internally one of the priorities, but this is a way to get one funded, if we won. So that's what I'm suggesting for this particular application.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve Section C, seconded by Commissioner Vandegrift. Any discussion? Hearing none, go ahead.
So
Sorry.
219 would be our portion.
Yes, so, we would have to, of course, we'd have to go to bid on a station. That is kind of in the realm, $1 million to $1.5 million. We haven't finalized construction documents, so we don't have, I mean, we're just going off on a very high level concept design. But in looking at some of the other things, what we're calculating per square footage, I feel like we're in that range right there.
Good to know.
And the max we can apply for is $1 million, which would put our match at 219, so.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. Motion carried.
Thank you. Commissioner Smallridge, did you have?
I just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's all right. Do we have a plan for replacement, period, you know, which ones we're gonna replace, when, or?
So Nathan did a facilities assessment, then he also did a survey of what each of the, I guess internally, like the concerns amongst the departments. And the two priorities in terms of replacement are in Oak Ridge. I mean, they rank at the highest. We have one that's just really in bad shape, and I know there's some opportunity for a partnership with the city of Oak Ridge there. So another one that is a priority is we truly need I mentioned in this memo a half a station in Claxton. And the reason I say half is we don't have we're not funded for a full 24-hour truck, so we don't need to build a full station, but we did talk to the architects and we asked, can we go ahead and find property, do the bays, do restrooms, and then be able to add on the sleeping quarters? And they said, absolutely, that is 100% feasible. Dr. Parrott did help me identify some property. We looked at that particular property near the school, and it was not large enough. We need 1 acre. I mean, it was large enough for half of a station, but we need to go ahead and plan for doing the full station. So that is definitely a need, is to have a place for them to house there. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next item is Park Road Conservation Board.
Yes, and in the Conservation Board minutes that I provided, I made a motion for the for the request that the County Commission authorize the Highway Department to proceed with repairing of Park Road before the water levels rise. I know Commissioner Palmer is the chair of that board, and I provided a letter because I let Gary, Mr. Long, know that this was on the agenda, and he had a meeting in Sevier County, a road superintendent's meeting in Sevier County that he had to be at. So I don't know where we're going to go from here with that. So
Just for the record, the road superintendent's letter says, I'm addressing this committee in reference to Anderson County Conservation Board minutes dated November 12, 2025. ACHD does not have a grant to do construction or repairs on Park Lane. ACHD's money is tied to asphalt and striping. I regret to inform this committee that I will be unable to attend December 4th, 2025's Budget Committee meeting due to previous commitment. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Respectfully, Gary Long, Anderson County Road Superintendent. So that's just his response, I guess, to
If I may, let
Yep.
me give a little bit of a background here. So Park Road is 7-point-something miles long. It goes into Anderson County Park. It hugs the shoreline, and so a big portion of Park Road has caved in, I think, in March. And so the park staff kind of rerouted the road through the interior of the park, you know, because that was early spring fishing, all that sort of thing. So we've been trying to decide what to do. The road superintendent had agreed that he would asphalt, but he was not interested in paying for the repair. So the motion was not mentioning a grant. It said since the highway department has secured a grant to pave Park Road, I think they have secured a grant to pave all 7 how many miles of Park Road. to the tune of like 800 and something thousand. So since they have received that money to pave the road, Conservation Board wanted to ask them if they would repair the road, spend the money to repair the road. It needs to be repaired, first of all. There are big plans for a Bill Dance fishing tournament up there.
My son will be excited about that.
Exactly, and it needs to be repaired now since the water levels are down. It is a very active and utilized park. The road that the park staff put through is causing some problems. Some of the boats have hit, edges of the building, that sort of thing. So the road just needs to be repaired. Conservation Board does not have the expertise or the funds to repair a road. So it's a county asset. It's a county road. It's on the roads list, the county roads list. So we're asking the road department to repair it. If the money doesn't, it's county park, it's county road. It just needs to be repaired. So it's up to this body as to where the money comes from. We're just asking that the road department do that, seeing how they got this huge grant to pave the road. So whatever this body wants to do, we're needing it done.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
So the whole road is a county road, that's 7 point whatever miles?
Yes, Park Road is on.
And he was gonna use funds additionally to pave it, but he got a grant to pave it now.
Mhm.
So we could use the money that we were gonna use to pave to repair.
That's what the request is from Conservation Board.
Does that make
Yes.
sense, Robbie? If it's a county road and we're responsible for it, we gotta pave the road and fix the road.
It is on the county road list, that's what you have to turn that into audit.
And if we don't fix the road and somebody gets hurt,
We've got it blocked off now.
when we're talking about insurance rates, that's kind of common sense to me. So I think if he was gonna use his money in his budget to repair the road, or asphalt the road, but now we got money to replace it, then we need to use the money to repair the road and just get it done and over with before it gets worse.
And it is a timely project because the water levels are down, so it has to be stabilized, I think is the word that they use. It needs to be stabilized before it can be asphalt, and it has to be stabilized while the water levels are down.
Commissioner Smalley.
Do we have a number to repair the road?
We have, I'm sure it'll probably have to go out to bid, but we did have someone contact us that was interested. They saw it on the news or something. They came out and they kind of gave us, I don't want to call it a quote or an estimate, but said around the 300,000 mark is how much it would cost to repair it.
Is it mostly fill dirt?
Dr. Smallridge, it's something like a nail, a soil nail, and some things like that are going to be required. And I'm not real sure what that is.
I think it has, because it's TVA owns the land, the erosion part, or that we have specifics from them, some permit that we got from them that we have to go by what they ask us to do. Am I right about that? On the erosion?
So there's two. There's
Okay.
a separate project that is the shoreline stabilization
Okay, sorry, I'm getting
project. And we did get a 26A permit on that. TVA said for the road, I'd have to bring that, I'd have to pull that email back up, but because it is an emergency repair, we could get it repaired without having to go through that very long process. So, because it's an emergency.
I think it's an emergency, yes.
So what is it the budget committee needs to take action on for this item?
I'm not really sure, just that it needs to be repaired, and no one has the expertise to do that except for the road department, the highway department. So we had to get it out of conservation. We had to get it somewhere. I guess just asking the highway department to repair the road.
So,
Bring us an estimate and
And it is a county road.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm trying to sort all this out in my head. I'm sorry. I know it sounds like I'm thinking out loud. It's because I am. Requesting the road superintendent to
Harold?
repair and maintain a road, obviously, go ahead.
I'm gonna make a motion
Okay.
that in good faith, Mr. Long, the road superintendent, will repair the road from his budget and come back to us next month to tell us how much it's gonna be.
Commissioner Bochamp moves to request the road superintendent to repair the road from his budget and report back at the next meeting to give the cost.
Yes.
Do we
And
have a second?
hopefully, he will do that. Because next month, my motion might be different.
Do we have a
It
second?
might be you're going
I'll
to.
second it. since-
Seconded by Commissioner Palmer. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Commissioner McNabb.
This will still go to full commission.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, the only concern I have is I know that, in the letter here, Mr. Long's not here tonight, he had a conflict. So out of respect for any department head, I would like to hear from them, and I know he couldn't be here, so I'm just saying, I'm fine with voting to move this on to full commission, but I would like to, get his side of things.
Well, actually, if the motion,
Is that he'll come back in January and tell
the
us.
motion as read is he'll just come back to Budget Committee in January with the cost of it.
He's gonna come back before he does the work.
Yeah, there's nothing to go to full commission right
Yeah,
now.
with the amount.
Thank you.
That's my understanding.
Yes, that was
Am I
my
right
motion.
parliamentary? Is that correct parliamentary procedure? Mayor Phil isn't here.
I think that's what your motion
Right.
We can do
Yeah.
that, yes.
for it to come back to budget.
Yeah.
Got a question.
Commissioner Allen.
Yes, so we're not gonna have him actually spend the money,
No.
No.
but, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a conversation for a different date if he comes back and says, this is how much it's gonna cost and I don't have it, so Budget Committee give it to me.
Exactly.
Next
Yeah,
month.
Exactly.
Okay, so our
Then we'll figure that out. It
Brad.
just needs to get done.
Commissioner Bochamp's motion, in good faith, Mr. Long will repair from his budget and the road from his budget and come back and report to this body the cost. So you're just asking for an estimate of the cost for the repair. Okay, I'm gonna put that.
And asking in good faith that he will repair the county road. That he'll get committed to it and give us a price of what it's gonna be to fix it.
In fairness, I think he has an engineer, that works on Fridays, and I think he has been out there, and he may have an estimate already
Okay.
on it, so.
Yeah, I'm
but-
willing to wait till January and
Yeah.
he can bring everything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
Any
this-
further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda, sheriff's salary comparison. Sheriff Barker, you have the floor, sir.
That's part of his speech, but I gotta go to the bathroom.
So, I think this was included in your package, right? So, I just want to share with you guys what we're experiencing currently. So, as we stand here today, we are down 7 officers, and we're actively having 4 background checks done on 4 others. And that is all from the operations side, okay? Everything that has been cited to us, with the exception of 1 that I had a conversation with, they are leaving overpay. Now, what we have seen and laid out for you is where we're at. And I know 3 years ago, you guys changed up our pay structure and provided us with some raises that were well received, and we were very appreciative of that. However, it's just not keeping up with the pace, and that's really where we're at. Unfortunately, we've become a training ground for other agencies. Now, I literally I have not even been home yet. I pulled into the courthouse coming back from our Tennessee Sheriff's Association meetings. The Commissioner of Safety, Jeff Long, spoke to us this morning, and he announced, I had made a joke earlier about, I wish they would shut down THP because they pay too good, right? And Sheriff Long, when he came up his turn to speak, he said they are asking for more money for THP coming up in this next cycle. So that is something that we're going to continue to face. And I get it's hard to battle against the state with the amount of resources they have. However, I think what's worth noting in the documents you got is the very first page there. The ones that we're main competitors with, that we're fighting over bodies with, at Roane, Loudon, and Knox County, they all have parity in pay. I think Knox County may have a very slight differential between their corrections and their operations side. However, Roane and Loudon, I'm confident, have parity in pay. And as you can see from those numbers, we are starting pay over 12.5% behind. Knox 16.78 behind Roane, and 19% lower than Loudon. What we're asking for, guys, is a 15%, as you guys are saying, 15% increase across the board for our agency. Now, that's a big ask, and we realize that. And in addition to that, I think that the numbers you see as we've worked out through this salary survey that we did, that it's still, even with the proposed amount, puts us less than 1% higher than Knox County, and we still trail Loudon and Roane. And that's, I know that's scary, thinking that 15% increase causes that. Now, I'm just telling you guys, it's unfortunate, but we literally have become the farm team for these other agencies. And honestly, how it works, and this is really where it's at. We're losing too. We're losing some of our, for lack of a better term, mid-range guys, right? We're not losing our 1 to 3 year guys, and we're not losing our 10 and above. It's what's in the middle that we're losing, and again, it's what we're doing is we're trying to replace them with these smaller counties east of us. We're taking their guys, right? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but I think we're better suited just to work on that and try to retain these folks. And that's something we've always battled, and you guys have been absolutely fabulous in supporting us in that. And this is definitely not a gripe session, it's a plea for help. I would also think that it's worth noting that I stand here in front of you today. I think I have shown in the 7 years that I've been the sheriff, we've been good with the money that you guys have provided us. We generally return money every year, year in, year out. Matter of fact, I would say every year of the 7 we have. I don't have those numbers with me. So we're good stewards with your money, just like with Unit 1 when we said if we reopen it, the minute we don't need it, we'll shut it down and return that money. We did that. And we've currently opened Unit 1 again, but within our budget. We didn't come back to ask for money to open Unit 1 as we've worked through our work release program and things of that nature and new programs that we're doing. So we have a track record of being really, really good stewards of the money, of the taxpayer money that you guys provide us. So to that point, this is not something that I'm looking for in preparation for 26's budget cycle. I'm asking for help now. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
Commissioner McNabb.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Sheriff Parker, for those comments. I just wanted to read this to the people at home that may not see this.
Okay.
These are the agencies that we're behind, that start out deputies at a higher rate than us. Sevier County, Robertson County, Loudoun County, Roane County, Knox County, Blount County, and Putnam County are all starting people out at a higher rate than us. I'd like to make a motion that we schedule a workshop to discuss this through Budget Committee. I think this is, as the sheriff said, this is a lot of money. It's a big ask, and there's going to be, I'm sure, a lot of debate among this. So I think a workshop isolating this would be probably the best avenue to go, where everyone can weigh in on it. I do think, and I'll keep my comments brief, I do think the sheriff has a problem here with this, because Sheriff, you know, what I've noticed, and if you could speak to this, is you're not seeing a lot of the same officers, you know, on the street. When I was growing up here, I saw Chief Galloway. I saw people like Mark Whaley. They're still with us. And that's really important to the community, isn't it, as far as in terms of community policing. People feel more comfortable coming forward. We're not seeing that. So I just, with the comments I wanted to throw out there, I do think you have a problem, and I'd like to make a motion that we set up some sort of workshop to look at this.
Commissioner Beauchamp seconds the motion.
And I want to speak to it, Shane.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that it is a problem. I see officers coming and going, and then when the sheriff brings me a list of Roane County, not throwing off on Roane County, but when we're behind Roane County and we've got so much more to offer here, it's kind of a little embarrassing, I think. And then we had our strategic planning meeting, and the lady told us how many more citizens and residents we have that's come into Anderson County. We have to be able to police those citizens. If they call, we have to be able to tell them, you know, an officer's on their way, not 40 minutes. We don't want to be like New York or California, where it takes 45 minutes to get to somebody for a call. So I do think it's something that we have to look at. I want Robbie to, you know, look for funds. No tax increase, guys. Don't do it. But I think there's funds, maybe some court cost funds that we might not be looking into that may help some offset some things, things like that. I think we need to take a deep dive and fix it. And not just for sheriff, I'd like to do budget workshops from here on out to look at salaries for all employees. Because, you know, when Commissioner Mays was here, we talked about how people are under the limit. So I think we as a county need to fix that. I know we need to fix patrol right now. It's a very bad problem. They are going to other places. I don't blame them. They got families. And if they can go over here to Knox County and make $5 more, I don't blame them for that. But we need to be competitive here. So I think we need to put our thinking caps on and figure out where we can get this money, fix salaries, not only for the sheriff, but other departments as well. And let's do our job on that this year. Let's get it going.
I was going to say, because I agree with that, but one thing I'd like to say too, the turnover issue is not just with the sheriff's department. I can give you counties. Last year, the health department, 44% turnover. The highway department had 13, EMS 17%, property assessor 20. Everybody in the law director's office has left since last year. My office, I had 4 left, have had 4 leave since July. And we can't compete with other counties either, is what they can pay just people to work in the finance department. It's an ongoing problem in every department. And as long as you all realize that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the sheriff's department.
And that's what I'd like to see us do as a budget committee, is fix our salaries this go around. You know, we talked about it, I think we've talked about it for 3 years now. We've given, you know, slight raises to people. But when we got those salary reports, there's really a lot of people in this county that are under the poverty level. And we need to do better as a county to get those people up to where they need to be in these departments and keep our people.
I welcome a workshop, absolutely, and I agree with Robbie as a whole. But again, my position is to advocate on behalf of the men and women that do your law enforcement. Okay, and this is something I'm sure you're going to hear again. And I know it's something I said 3 years ago, but we're different, and I'm not saying that. By no means am I throwing off on anyone, but I would say if I took someone in, hired them off the street, put them through the academy, ran them through our FTO program, and got them to where they were ready to work on their own, on the operations side, I've probably got about a $30,000 investment in them before they take the first call by themselves. Now, that cost would be slightly lower on the correction side. And I am willing to entertain any idea or anything that workshop comes up with. However, I want to be really clear on this. At this juncture, I'm asking for 15% for everyone. Okay. Now, I get it. It's a heavy lift, and I understand that. But again, as I've said before in the past, particularly with our corrections officers and our operations people, we're the ones that you guys have basically hired to not only just keep the peace and keep order, but we're here to do violence on your behalf when necessary. I've talked about this till I'm sure it's exhausting hearing it, but it's just the truth. We will work on a PowerPoint presentation to kind of give you guys a better glimpse of what these guys and girls are facing from a day-to-day standpoint. But we're legitimately the only department in the county that is having a physical altercation every week of some sort. And it could range from 1 to 10. We have no idea.
Commissioner Vandergrift.
I completely agree with Commissioner Beauchamp and also with Robbie that we need to look at this, and we need to look at everyone in the county also. So I think a workshop is an amazing idea. I just kind of was wondering, at a 15% rate, what's the estimate of how much
can
that
tell you
would?
that.
What's the grand total?
If we started that in January, that's $1 million this year for all departments, for all the sheriff's departments.
So we would
and it'd
need
be around $2 million next year for the full year. And one thing I have just a small problem with this survey, we only got salary comparisons for deputies. He's wanting to give the raise to every department. Then I would like to see how we compare with other departments with dispatch for courtroom security.
So we have parity in pay, okay? So if you will take a look at that, it goes from deputy to sergeant to lieutenant. So the actual information Robbie's looking for is there. And as I stated, our 3 main competitors there, Knox, Loudon, and Rome, I'm confident 2 of the 3 have parity in pay. And I think Knox County is just slightly different between their corrections and their operations side.
Because one thing, or 3 years ago, what we did, the detention facility is actually doing a lot better, and their numbers, just last year we averaged 69 employees at the detention facility. We're at 76 this pay period that we just paid. So we're up 7 from last year. And I think some of the things we have done is making a difference at the detention facility. I don't know, Shane.
Oh, they are. We definitely don't need to be going backwards with them, so we
I
wind
agree
up
with
back
that,
where we
but
were.
We're not
Is
as bad
the-
as we were 3 years ago, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Is the decertification of Meigs County and them pulling the state prisoners out affecting us? Or are we?
No,
gonna
not
get
at all.
more-
Meigs County has
more?
0 impact on us.
I
I
didn't know if we
think
would get more state prisoners.
we are. So since part of the success we've seen at the jail, right, is I would say hands down, the parity in pay made a huge difference. I think, but we still at one point just recently in the last, Shane, I would say 60 days. At one point, we were probably down 15 to 20, right? But we ran some new classes through. I think part of the success outside of the money has just been we've really focused on some of our additional things that we do, such as work release, and some of our programs, some of the things that we're offering, some of the out-of-the-box thinking that we do to make it a more attractive place. Because I will tell you guys this, and I'm having a lot of contact with a lot of people right now, being president of the Sheriff's Association. Anderson County Jail is the new standard across the state, period. It just is. As a matter of fact, one of the state inmates that we had picked up for Sullivan County, she had flattened her time and she was leaving, and she stopped me in the thing and said, I'm leaving here with 4 different certificates for welding. Now, That didn't cost Anderson County anything outside of the housing, you know, the general things. We contacted the state. They brought a tractor trailer in, basically, and put on a welding school for our female inmates. And she was heading back to Sullivan County, and she believed she had her job lined up with Bristol Motor Speedway to be a welder for them. So we're reducing recidivism, and we are coming up with some unique out-of-the-box type programs that are making it even a more attractive place for people to work. But at the end of the day, as the economy goes, you know, so does our people. Private sector, if that thing changes, that could switch. And like I said, probably 60 days ago, we were down, I guarantee you, 15, but I think it was more like 20. And so I'm not saying, I can tell you this, I'm not standing here tonight asking for 15% and hoping to get 10. I'm just not, okay? I think these numbers prove that the need is real. However, I'm not digging my heels in and saying I'm not open to ideas. It's this or nothing, because I get that. I mean, we have to, as we used to, as I used to like to say, you know, a little flexibility on my part and some contortion on yours. We'll get there. So I'm not unrealistic, and I'm 100% in agreement. No tax increase.
Mr. Chairman, will you and Robbie set this workshop up and give us some dates, or you want to go ahead and set the date now? I want everybody to have enough time to get everything that they need together.
Whatever you
But
need, we will hunt.
I realize we're also in the holidays
We're in the
too,
holidays,
and
correct.
everybody's going to be going out of town, so
Well, if we want this done anytime quickly, if we can come to a quick agreement, though, it probably needs to be done relatively soon. Commissioner Palmer, I know
Can
you've
say
been,
something?
you've been waiting, go
I've been
ahead.
patient, yeah. This is a lot for me.
100%.
I know, and I just need more information and a little bit of time. But I absolutely hear what you're saying. And we know from the workshop, I completely agree with Commissioner Beauchamp. The people are coming to this county. It's going to be a strain on our services. But it's not going to be just your department. It's going to be a lot of services. So I would like to kind of amend the motion, if this is agreeable with everyone, that it would be a public safety workshop. Because although EMS does something different and EMA does something different, and they're not like fighting or whatever, they are still they're going to be impacted by the growth. They are impacted the same way. They are dealing with death. They are dealing with overdoses. If EMA has a bad day, we all have a bad day. So public services in general, I would like for it to be that we look at all of this, because I think this is what county government's supposed to be providing for their citizenry, right? Is these public services. So I'd like to kind of add those other offices in there too. I don't think it's going to create much more work and much more hassle, but we need to have all this information, know what we're dealing with.
So that's a valid point. I will say this too. There's two different angles to this, okay? And as we talk about services and it impacting all county departments, right? We are not saying we need 15 more officers on the operations side and 10 more. We're not asking for new positions. We're just trying to stop the bleeding, right? I'm not even looking at, as our population swells to, you know, whatever it ends up being by the time all these new residential places are built, right? We're talking about still maintaining, on the operations side particularly, 8 to a shift. Corrections is at 12.
Yes, sir.
And 12 per shift. And we're not saying, I mean, whether we stay currently where we're at, which I would imagine is somewhere around 80,000 people maybe. I don't know. I mean, so so we're not talking about, if we jump to 90,000 overnight, right? Yeah, that's going to increase the cost of service and strain some of our resources to provide services. I'm talking about, we sure don't want to get caught at snapping into 90,000 to 100,000 people and not even being able to maintain what we had hoped for 80,000 people, if that makes sense. So it's kind of two different things there,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
And I understand you advocating for your people. I would expect nothing less, and you absolutely should. Our job, though, is to look at everything, everyone,
understand
all the
that. I do.
departments. And so public safety in general, we need to do this. You have just given us an opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to offer that amendment if everyone thinks that would be a good idea. I'll make that motion.
So Commissioner Palmer amends the original motion to include public safety, EMS, and EMA.
Yes.
Do we have a second? Second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? The only thing I will add to it, and just so the parliamentarian don't start griping. He ain't here, is he? He's
No,
probably-
I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
New parliamentarian.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I thought, and going along with what Commissioner Beauchamp said, we were trying to hurry up and get this done so that if it did pass, we could get it done quickly. The research that the sheriff and his staff has done to obtain this has taken how long, Chief Sharp? 3 weeks. So I was hoping we were gonna be able to set a date for this workshop like next week, because we've got the week after that, getting into the holiday season. That's gonna be hard pressed for everybody to try to rearrange their schedules for that. If we include EMS and EMA to come into it for that, I don't think they're gonna have enough time to do something like this in order to bring to the meeting. So we're not gonna have the information we need in order to come to the conclusion I think we're looking
And we
for.
gotta give 7 days.
Hmm?
7-day notice for a workshop.
And I think they have a lot of this information already.
That'd be good, okay.
I just wanted to make, as the maker of the motion, just a few more comments. It's a good discussion. I hear a lot of, I'm new, but having followed this a long time, I hear a lot of weight given to department heads that actually come up here and tell us what they need. And right now, I'm not saying EMS or EMA doesn't need it. I don't know. They've not come here and told us. So I was thinking a workshop would be good because, I mean, this has been a pretty long discussion already, and there's gonna be a lot of ideas, and I wanna be clear on one thing. I am absolutely not for a tax increase. I just wanna have a workshop to get these ideas.
Do we all
together,
wanna go
but-
on the record and say we're not in favor of a tax increase? Yeah.
But to your point, Mr. Chairman, about getting all this data together and everything, the sheriff has come here, he has brought forth this data. I'm afraid if we bring more and more agencies in, you know, how long is that gonna take? Can we even handle that as far as a workshop? Is that too big in scope? I think it could start getting muddier where if those department heads wanna come and do it, I'm open to it, but I think we're solving a problem that, I mean, we're giving a solution, we don't even know if there's a problem because they've not said anything, so, just my comments.
And I would just rebut to that they have been here. They have come to the podium and advocated every budget cycle. This is unusual to have a request like this out of the budget cycle. I know it's November, is it November?
Yeah.
December. And so I know that we're embarking upon the budget, but these requests have been made by EMS and EMA, not so much EMA, but I do feel like they probably have a lot of this information, and if they can't get it to us, then they're out of luck.
We'll do another workshop.
We'll do another workshop, but I think we should at least try, give them the opportunity to have our ear, just like the sheriff has. All right, we have a motion on the table, second by Commissioner Allen. All
And
those,
this is the amendment, right?
on the amendment, any other discussion? All right, all of those in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
All of those opposed, say no.
No.
Motion passes. Now, do we go back to the?
Original.
The original, motion.
As amended.
Was as amended.
Mhm.
All those in favor, any more discussion on that? I don't think we, just making sure. All right. All those in favor of the motion to have a workshop, a public safety workshop, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Motion passes.
All right.
Gavel's given back to
Thank you. Does December 11 work for everybody? Next Thursday?
What time?
That, normally it would be at 4 o'clock, but we can set it for any time that we need to.
I'm good whenever.
Late, y'all want it later?
Maybe
I was just thinking,
4:30?
yeah, I was
4:30?
just thinking 4:30 or 5, since not much notice, people are working or anything.
5?
5 would be great, I think.
Here?
Sheriff, is that good?
7 days.
Are you kidding? Whatever you guys want.
So it means it
Is
has.
that
Robbie,
gonna meet the 7
Chiefs.
days? It ain't gonna meet the 7 days, will it?
Yeah.
Cause then that'll have to post it tomorrow.
1, 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
The next week too is a good week, the 15th through the 19th. I wouldn't get in that past the 27th.
Yeah. I ain't gonna be here. I knew it.
So scratch the 11th.
Commission's the 15th, and then 16, 17, 18.
I'm good any of those days.
I mean, I'll do it.
16th or 18th.
Can we do the 11th, guys? Can we
Yeah.
squeeze in the 11th?
I'm just worried about the,
7 days, yeah.
because she wouldn't be able to get it in to the paper.
She won't be able to get it in for the courier that quick?
I think the deadline is, she has to have it in on Monday and it prints on Wednesday.
So if she got it in on, I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud again. If she got it in on the 8th, I'll see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you. I see what you're saying now.
We're almost past the next week.
The 16th.
Well, I can be there, but that's Christy's birthday, so I will not hear the end of that one.
Well, you can't be here.
She would be here too.
Yeah.
It'd be like Alan sitting in the back.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting back there.
Is-
How about the 18th, Mr. Chairman?
18th.
2 weeks from today, plenty of time for notice.
Chairman, you could recess this meeting to later to another date. It's just a suggestion. If you want to
Oh,
make
we could.
this meeting continue to another date.
But if we're can we do that if we're gonna title it a workshop?
You're just recessing this meeting to another.
So
date.
it wouldn't be,
Notice workshop.
Yeah. That is true. If you recess this meeting.
never done that before.
We can't make a motion to close it out though.
But my question is, because it's not on the agenda already, is that a problem? The sheriff is, but not all of us.
Yeah, we're just recessing this. But we can't close this meeting out.
I definitely don't want to complicate this any more than it
Yeah,
needs
there
to
will be
be.
no report for commission though.
Yeah, if we could just, yeah, let's just simplify
There
it.
wouldn't be, because we can't close it.
So y'all want to do it the 18th,
I'm good the 18th.
18th
It works.
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock?
We do it at 4 o'clock since it's a little bit, I just thought since it was such a short notice, but 4 o'clock's fine. You want to do it in a regular time
Yeah.
on the 18th?
4 o'clock?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sounds good to me. You good with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good with whatever.
Budget Committee Workshop, December 18 at 4 o'clock.
You want me to give them that to notice that, or?
Please.
That 18th at 4.
Okay. Everybody got that? Everybody good with that? All right. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Any unfinished business? Hearing none, any new business? Hearing none, any business at all to come before the committee? Commissioner Vandergriff.
I just wanted to mention that one of the Clinton 12 has passed away, Miss Joanne Boyce. She passed away, and it was announced today by the Green McAdoo Center.
Certainly keep that family in our prayers. Any further business? Thank you all. We are adjourned.